Chapter 23. Reyna. Reyna's feelings weren't so much mixed. They were thrown into a blender with gravel and ice. Every time she saw her sister, she didn't know whether to hug her, cry, or walk away. Of course she loved Hilla. Reyna would have been dead many times over if not for her sister. But their past together was beyond complicated. Hilla walked around the table. She looked good in her black leather pants and black tank top. Around her waist glittered a gourd of cold labyrinthine links, the belt of the Amazon Queen. She was 22 now, but she could have been mistaken for Reyna's twin. They had the same long dark hair, the same brown eyes. They even wore the same silver ring with the torch and spear emblem of their mother, Bellona. The most obvious difference between them was the long white scar on Hilla's forehead. It had faded over the last 4 years. Anyone who didn't know better might have mistaken it for a worry line, but Reyna remembered the day Hilla got that scar in a duel aboard the pirate ship. "Well?" Hilla prompted. "No warm words for your sister?" "Thank you for having me abducted," Reyna said. "For shooting me with a tranquilizer dart? Putting a bag over my head and tying me to a chair?" Hilla rolled her eyes. "Rules are rules. As a praetor, you should understand that. This distribution center is one of our most important bases. We have to control access. I can't make exceptions, especially not for my family." "I think you just enjoyed it." "Well, that too." Reyna wondered if her sister was as cool and collected as she seemed. She found it amazing, and a little scary, how quickly Hilla had adapted to her new identity. 6 years ago, she'd been a scared big sister, doing her best to shield Reyna from their father's rage. Her main skills had been running and finding them places to hide. Then on Cersei's Island, Hilla had worked hard to be noticed. She wore flashy clothes and makeup. She smiled and laughed and always stayed perky, as if acting happy would make her happy. She'd become one of Cersei's favorite attendants. After their island sanctuary burned, they were taken prisoner aboard the pirate's ship. Again, Hilla changed. She dueled for their freedom, out-pirated the pirates, gained the crew's respect so well that Blackbeard finally put them ashore, lest Hilla take over his ship. Now she'd reinvented herself again as Queen of the Amazons. Of course, Reyna understood why her sister was such a chameleon. If she kept changing, she could never fossilize into the thing their father had become. "Those initials, on the reservation sign at Baracina," Reyna said. "HCK. Hilla Twicekill, your new nickname. A little joke? I was just checking to see if you were paying attention. You knew we would land in that courtyard. How?" Hilla shrugged. "Shadow travel is magic. Several of my followers are daughters of Hecate. It was simple enough matter for them to pull you off course, especially since you and I share a connection." Reyna tried to keep her anger in check. Hilla of all people should know how she would feel about being dragged back to Puerto Rico. "You went to a lot of trouble," Reyna noted. "The Queen of the Amazons and the Lieutenant of Artemis both rushing to Puerto Rico on a moment's notice to intercept us? I'm guessing that's not because you missed me." Phoebe, the ginger-haired hunter, chuckled. "She's smart." "Of course," Hilla said. "I taught her everything she knows." Other Amazons started to gather around, probably sensing a potential fight. Amazons loved violent entertainment almost as much as pirates did. "Orion," Reyna guessed. "That's what brought you here. His name got your attention." "I couldn't let him kill you," Hilla said. "Well, it's more than that. Your mission to escort the Athena Parthenos is important, but it's more than that, too. This is personal for you. And for the hunters. What's your game?" Hilla ran her thumbs along her golden belt. "Orion is a problem. Unlike the other giants, Orion has been walking the earth for centuries. He takes a special interest in killing Amazons, or hunters, or any female who dares to be strong." "Why would he want that?" A ripple of dread seemed to pass through the girls around her. Hilla looked at Phoebe. "Do you want to explain? You were there." The hunter's smile faded. "In the ancient times, Orion joined the hunters. He was Lady Artemis's best friend. He had no rivals at the bow except for the goddess herself, and perhaps her brother Apollo." Reyna shivered. Phoebe looked no more than 14. To think that she knew Orion 3,000 or 4,000 years ago. "What went wrong?" she asked. Phoebe's ears reddened. "Orion crossed the line. He fell in love with Artemis." Hilla sniffed. "Always happens with men. They promise friendship. They promise to treat you as an equal. In the end, all they want is your body." Phoebe picked at her thumbnail. Behind her, the other two hunters, Naomi and Salin, shifted uneasily. "Lady Artemis rebuffed him, of course," Phoebe said. "Orion became bitter. He started going on longer and longer trips by himself in the wilderness. Finally, I'm not sure what happened. One day Artemis came back to camp and told us Orion had been killed. She refused to speak of it." Hilla frowned, which accentuated the white scar across her brow. Whatever the case, when Orion rose again from Tartarus, he was Artemis's bitterest enemy. No one can hate you with more intensity than someone who used to love you. Reyna understood that. She thought back to a conversation she'd had with the goddess Aphrodite 2 years ago in Charleston. "Well, if he's such a problem," Reyna said, "why doesn't Artemis simply slay him again?" Phoebe grimaced. "Easier said than done. Orion is sneaky. Whenever Artemis is with us, he stays far away. Whenever we hunters are on our own, like we are now, he strikes without warning and disappears again. Our last lieutenant, Zoe Nightshade, spent centuries trying to track him down and kill him. The Amazons have also tried, Hillis said. Orion doesn't distinguish between us and the hunters. I think we all remind him too much of Artemis. He sabotages our warehouses, disrupts our distribution centers, kills our warriors. In other words, Reyna said dryly, he's getting in the way of your plans for world domination. Hillis shrugged. Exactly. Yeah, that's why you rushed here to intercept me, Reyna said. You knew Orion would be right behind me. You're setting up an ambush, and I'm the bait. The other girls all found somewhere else to look beside Reyna's face. Oh, please, Reyna chided. Don't develop a guilty conscience now. It's a good plan. How do we succeed? Hilla gave her comrades a lopsided smile. I told you my sister was tough. Phoebe, you want to explain the details? The hunter shouldered her bow. Like I said, I believe Orion is tracking you, not the Athena Parthenos. He seems especially good at sensing the presence of female demigods. I guess you'd say we're his natural prey. Charming, Reyna said. So my friends Nico and Gleason Hedge, are they safe? I still don't see why you travel with males, Phoebe grumbled. But my guess is that they're safer without you around. I did my best to camouflage your statue. With luck, Orion will follow you here, straight into our line of defenses. And then? Reyna asked. Hilla gave her the sort of cold smile that used to make Blackbeard's privates nervous. Talia and most of her hunters are scouting the perimeter of Viejo San Juan. As soon as Orion gets close, we'll know. We've set traps at every approach. I have my best fighters on alert. We'll snare the giant, and then one way or another we'll send him back to Tartarus. Oh, can he be killed? Reyna asked. I thought most giants could only be destroyed by a god and a demigod working together. Well, we intend to find out, Hilla said. Once Orion is taken down, your quest will be much easier. We'll send you on your way with our blessings. We could use more than your blessings, Reyna said. Amazons ship things all over the world. Why not provide safe transport for the Athena Parthenos? Get us to Camp Half-Blood before August 1st. I can't, Hilla said. If I could, sister, I would. But surely you felt the anger radiating from the statue. We Amazons are honorary daughters of Ares. The Athena Parthenos would never tolerate our interference. Besides, you know how the fates operate. For your quest to succeed, you have to deliver that statue personally. Reyna must have looked crestfallen. Phoebe shoulder bumped her like an over-friendly cat. Hey, not so glum. We'll help you out as much as we can. The Amazon Service Department has repaired those metal dogs of yours, and we have some cool parting gifts. Salen handed Phoebe a leather satchel. Phoebe rummaged inside. Let's see, healing potions. Tranquilizer darts like the ones we used on you. What else? Oh, yeah! Phoebe triumphantly produced a rectangle of folded silvery cloth. A handkerchief? Reyna asked. Better. Back up a little. Phoebe tossed the cloth on the floor. Instantly it expanded into a 10x10 camping tent. It's air-conditioned, Phoebe said. Sleeps 4. It has a buffet table and sleeping bags inside. Whatever extra gear you put in will collapse with the tent. Within reason. Don't try to stick your giant statue in there. Salen snickered. If your male traveling companions get annoying, you could always leave them inside. Naomi frowned. That wouldn't work, would it? Anyway, Phoebe said, these tents are great. I have one just like it. I use it all the time. When you're ready to close it, the command word is Actaeon. The tent collapsed into a tiny rectangle. Phoebe picked it up, stuffed it into a satchel, and handed the bag to Reyna. I don't know what to say, Reyna stammered. Thank you. Aw, Phoebe shrugged. It's the least I can do for... 50 feet away, a side door banged open. An Amazon ran straight toward Hilla. The newcomer wore a black pantsuit, her long auburn hair pulled back in a ponytail. Reyna recognized her from the battle at Camp Jupiter. Kinsey, isn't it? The girl gave her a distracted nod. Praetor? She whispered something in Hilla's ear. Hilla's expression hardened. I see. She glanced at Reyna. Something's wrong. We've lost contact with the outer defenses. I'm afraid Orion... Behind Reyna, the metal doors exploded.